Hello everybody and welcome to lesson 5 of Art Week. We are bringing Robin Hood to life and the date is the 19th of March 2021 and the LO is to create a pop-up book with moving mechanisms. Sounds tricky, eh? But we're going to do it and we're going to make them look good. So our first step will be to plan a 6-picture storyboard for young children about Robin Hood. It's going to just be a short story. And then we're going to identify different types of moving mechanism. We'll have a look at those. Discuss how we're going to make them. And then we're going to create them for a short pop-up book. And then finally, if we've done all of that, we're going to make a bow and arrow with some materials that are in the classroom. Sounds exciting, eh? It's Friday. Let's write down that LO and that date and we're ready to go. Okay, so today, pop-up books with the story and design some weapons. So pop-up books, what do they have? What can you see on the screen? Well, a pop-up book is different, isn't it? It has things that come out the screen. You can slide things along the screen, the book, that you can slide along, that pop out at you, and that's how they have the name. And one of the ones that we're going to focus on today is a slider. We're going to make paper sliders. Now, how do you do that, you may ask? Well, first of all, you have to have on your page a picture. And then you're going to cut 2 slits along like that with a pair of scissors, which an adult might need to help you with. And we'll give you a paper strip or a bit of card strip. And you're going to stick one of the characters that we had from yesterday, from our magnetic theatre, onto the strip, and then we'll be able to move it through. Clever, eh? Okay, so we need card, paper character, cut out, and scissors. We also have paper springs. Now there's a great video that you can see on how to make a paper spring if you type it into YouTube as well, which I've done there. But we're basically folding paper over each other into squares. And a paper character cutout and scissors will be needed as well because we're going to stick it to the back of our paper character so he pops out of the book. So think of the best time in the book that might happen. Maybe Robin Hood is jumping out of the castle with the money from the sheriff, if that's part of your story. So as he jumps out, maybe he could be jumping out on a paper spring. That would be amazing. Let's see if we can see some of the video to see how that is done. We have 2 strips here that we put together and then we're going to fold one over the other just like that. Okay? Very good. Until by the end we should have something that looks a little bit like that. Perfect. I'm sure they're going to look great for us. So first of all, step 1, we need to plan our storyboard. Now there are 8 pictures there, but I only want you to do 6. So forget these 2 on the end. There's going to be 6. Only 6, okay? Pause the video now. Do a quick plan of your story. It doesn't have to be very complicated. We'll work together in classroom of what that story can be. But if you're at home, see if you can plan a quick Robin Hood story. 1 sentence each page and 1 picture each page. Okay, now that's done, I'm going to give you some cut-out characters from this sheet. So they're already done for us. We're just going to make the moving mechanisms which put them on our page. If you don't have any and you're at home, then just use some of the ones that we had for the magnetic theatre yesterday. Okay, then we'll give you 3 sheets of paper and you need to be folded perfectly like this in half. An adult will bind the pages together and that means that you'll all have a little book with 6 pages. Step 4, we're going to copy our storyboard into our pages of our book with 1 sentence on each page and the picture. Now for the slider, we're going to do that on page 2. which I'll show you in class. We're going to make 2 slits with some scissors, just like it says in the picture. We're going to stick the character on top of our bit of card and we're going to thread it through those slits in the paper. So that means that this here in the picture, this would be able to walk along the bridge. Now you'll have to think how that ties in with your story. Maybe Robin Hood is trying to escape across the bridge. That would be interesting. I'll leave that up to you. Step 4, let's get underway. Okay, now that we've done that, let's see how we can do our paper spring as well. So we gave some ideas about that earlier, and there's an up close idea of the paper spring. So pause the video now if you're on the paper spring. And then finally, we're going to have a look at making a weapon. We're going to need string. We're going to need other things as well. What things do you think we might need to make a bow and arrow? Well, we'll see what we have in class on the day. There are plenty of ways to do it, and it will be lots of fun. And that will be the last bit of artwork that we have this week. So we should have a pop-up book and some weapons. I think now that come Monday, we're all ready to go in terms of writing our stories, in terms of a play, so that we can act it at the end of next week. We've got all the characters, all the design, and you've done really well. So well done, everybody, and I'll see you next week for Music and Drama Week.